Yes, indeed. Beautiful day. Smoking my Brody Joe pipe, my white elephant. And in it, I've got some Pease Gaslight. I don't mean to bring Amicus into every single video. He just ends up there somehow or another for some damn reason. Amicus turned me onto this. Again, not because we had a conversation about it, but because it was one of the many blends that he had that I took a screenshot of and I went and purchased it. Pease Gaslight. Now I've had the Quiet Nights. I've had the Maltese Falcon from Pease. The Quiet Nights. The Gaslight. Those are all three really good blends. But it's in English. It's got Red Virginias. It's in English. Red Virginias. Turkish Latakia. And Orientals. I think both the Gaslight, well, really all of them. The Gaslight, the Maltese Falcon, and the Quiet Nights I'll really enjoy with some significant age on them. There's a family out here. It's fortuitous that no one's here at this gazebo. It's a dual gazebo. I've put it in one of my music pictures. There's a family out here and there's some kids running around throwing a ball. I love the sound and energy that's emanated and that comes off children playing and running around. It's such a positive energy. I love the country. Like if I came into a lot of money in the past, I think I convinced myself in the past that I would, purchase 100 acres somewhere, have a home built. But the one thing that I think would probably keep me from doing that, I think I'd be okay with it, like if I got married, but I'm an introvert and I do perfectly fine in solitude. I almost prefer it. I long for intimacy. I like close relationships, but I do very well in solitude. Very well in solitude. And can't stress that enough. Doesn't mean I'm antisocial. It just I don't freak out or feel disconnected. I prefer my alone time. And the problem is, even though I like my solitude and I prefer alone time, I don't have to be socializing with people per se, but I do like the energy of other people around me, and I don't know that it would be particularly healthy or good for me. It's actually something my mother had mentioned to me years ago when we were having a conversation. And I told her, I'd like to just, hit the lottery and move out to 100, 200 acres and have a house out in the middle of nowhere. And she was like, would that really be good for you, being alone out in the middle of nowhere? Now, I'd probably handle it perfectly fine, but it's a real consideration. I think that was wise advice. Anyways, As of right now, I don't think I would do that. Now you settle down, you get married. Even if you don't have children, you get married. Oh yeah, let's go to the country. Because you already have your energy, the kind of energy you want around you. That's different. I don't know. Hell, if you're rich, just do both. Have a city home and then have a country house. This blend, it's smooth. It's special. It's like the Northwoods and the Boswell's, J.M. Boswell's Northwoods and Countryside to me. It's special. There's a handful of blends that I have that I would quantify as special. And this is one of them. It has these delicious flavors, these nuances that come and go. Last time I smoked this is only my second time smoking this. Last time I smoked it, it had this really neat campfire-y, toasted barbecue that would come and go. And just really nice, very pleasant. It's a great pipe. I honestly find that I'm so thankful that Mr. Brody Joe gave this to me. My saddle bit poker pipe from Savinelli, my 311 KS poker pipe. I really like the bit. I love clinching that, and I love clinching this. And I was speaking on whether or not this would fit in my pipe roll. It does. It works perfectly fine. So there's no reason I can't take this to work. I just don't know. I want to be careful with it. It's a gift. So I don't want to mess it up. I don't think I'll take it to work. But like the poker pipe, the Savinelli poker pipe, it's got good balance and ergonomics for clinching, so I really appreciate it. Beautiful day. I've been loving the wind lately. It's overcast, the sun comes and goes. I dig it. I went to another place prior to coming here. I'm glad it didn't work out. It was another townhome community. Really pretty townhome community. Another place on my list of possibilities for the future. And I parked and I was, again, it's a private community. You have to either be a guest or you have to live there. But what's annoying, this Karen started walking around my vehicle. And I think she took a picture of my vehicle. Maybe she didn't, but it seemed that way. But she was making it more than obvious that she didn't know who I was and she didn't like the fact that I was there. What annoys me about that is that she has no clue. First off, you can't tell me she knows every car that comes and goes. But she has no clue if I'm a guest of a resident. Absolutely no clue. And I wasn't doing anything odd. I was sitting in my car, packing my pipe, and my pipe was down in my lap, so I don't think she mistook it for like marijuana or anything. And I have tinted windows, but you can still see in. And it was just like, do I want to deal with this Karen? No, so I left. But she was like hopping on her phone and looking back at me multiple times, and I was like, okay, I'll just leave, lady. But it worked out, because this is a great spot too. The only negative to this area There's only one negative. There's a freeway not too far from here, and you can always hear the reverberation of the cars echoing off the freeway, and it kind of waves this way. But I mean, I lived here for a decade. It doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me. I'm used to it. It's a great English. It's a plug. I don't know the difference between a plug and a cake. I mean, to me it looks like a cake, but it's considered a plug. Maybe one of y'all can help me out there with that. Breaking it down, it comes in pretty decent sized leaves, and there's some pretty chunky stems in it. I really had to kind of tear it apart. I can't just have one or two favorites. I have to rotate my blends. I appreciate them individually. More so when I have different blends to contrast them with, to compare them with. It's so sad because I'm down to like, I don't know, maybe 3/4 or half an ounce of aged Escudo. I have like 7 tins of Escudo unopened, but again, I really made the mistake of not purchasing 2 to 4 tins every year. So I would constantly have some in rotation that has the kind of age on it that I like. That's okay. But I find myself wanting to savor what I have left of my Escudo that has 3.5 years of age on it, knowing when that's gone, I'm not going to enjoy the fresh stuff nearly as much. I don't think I'll even pop a 10 until it's got at least 3.5 years of age on it. The children disappeared. That's sad. Yeah, this is home to me. I miss home. Yeah, the Latakia, the Orientals, they come through. It's just a really smooth, campfire-y. Spicy English. You know, mildly spicy. I highly recommend the Pease Gaslight. I think it's a little smoother, not quite as sharp or as spicy as Maltese Falcon, perhaps. More campfire-y, smokiness imparted to it. I hope I didn't mess up the description of the tobaccos that are in it. I think that's all that's in it. Red Virginias, like a Turkish Latakia and Orientals, something like that. I know very little about pipe tobacco. When I first came into this community, I was like researching and educating myself, and I've all but forgot most of the information surrounding tobaccos. I don't care. One quick thing, it's kind of arbitrary, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Father Brian reached out to me and asked me a question. Many of you have noticed all the evil that has become more public. It's come full circle, more at the forefront, and obvious. It's on a lot of people's minds, the craziness that's going on in the world. Guys, that's a good thing. Evil is being exposed. I just want to throw that out there. The evil has always been there. We're just now becoming more and more aware of it. That's a good thing. That's what you would expect to see at the demise, at the behest of their demise. And I just want to say that it's a good thing. I think people get confused. They see the evil, they become more aware of it. Evil doesn't want to be recognized. It wants to remain in the background. It wants to remain obscure and continue to be conniving and cunning. It's a good thing, guys. Not a bad thing. Just consider it from that perspective. Oh, no thank you. I appreciate that, though. It's a pretty dog. He offered me a free dog. I don't believe in owning animals unless you're truly going to love and take care of them. There are far too many people that own animals who treat them like goldfish or like toys. They buy a cute, lovable, fluffy dog and throw them in the backyard. It's like, you can't do that. This park has a half-mile blacktop track that goes around it, and I've seen it time and time again where these rich screwballs over here, not all of them, but some of them will come over here in the middle of the summer with their Oakleys on, and they'll jog with their little tiny dogs, not realizing tiny dogs aren't meant to jog. You don't jog tiny dogs. I'm doing a recording. What's that? What's that? Oh, really? Yeah, I was just talking about that. I don't believe in owning animals unless you're going to truly love them and take care of them, and I'm not in a position to own them.
Yeah, the guy just opened the door, dumped on the street.
Yeah, my mother's taken in animals that were in a situation like that. But that's good of you to take care of the dog in the meantime.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just asking you,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this guy just dumped on the street. I was able to rehab her brother, but she's the alpha. The brother was there.
Oh, really?
So it was easier to find a family for him.
Yeah.
But I had to go through a really deep training with her. But she was a little bit, she's still a little bit reactive to anything that moves.
Yeah, she's still young.
Say about a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Well, good luck to you, man. I hope you can find a home for her.
Yeah, I hope so. You know anybody?
I do not.
I'll be around.
Alrighty. Take care. But yeah, I've seen some people bring little dogs over here and they're jogging them. You can't do that. And dogs have been known to be so obedient to their masters that they'll jog themselves into a heart attack. Although, you know, into heat exhaustion. So whatever, I'm not like the animal dog whisperer or anything like that. It's just little common sense things that I've picked up on over the years. Not just that, but it gets extremely hot here in the summer. And I've seen people with their little dogs and they're walking them around this blacktop, and the blacktop, if you were to bend down and touch it, is boiling. And their dogs are running off the blacktop onto the grass because their paws are on fire, and they'll pull them back on. Just idiot dog owners. Some people have no business owning animals. They're not toys. You need to be compassionate to their needs. You need to love them. A lot of animals, different breeds, need exercise. They need affection. They need attention. Just on and on and on. And a lot of people own animals, and you know, they're just kind of oblivious, and they treat them as, you know, like they compartmentalize their worth. You know, it's like, you know, when I feel like it at my convenience, I'm gonna play with you. Until then, shut up and get in the backyard. Here's some kibble. It doesn't work that way. I've never been in a kind of situation where I had time for an animal because I worked oil and gas for so many years and I was just always gone. So I've never owned an animal. I mean, I couldn't own a goldfish. I told one guy, some guy was out here, he kept pulling his dog up on the blacktop. Come on, come on. And I saw this jackass doing this, and I walked across the park straight up to him, and he was like freaking out, thinking I was wanting to attack him. I was like, dude, reach down and touch that blacktop. Why do you keep pulling your dog back up on the blacktop? It's trying to get off, it's in pain. Get away from me, bro. I was like, dude, well, take some fucking accountability for the dog you're walking. I'm just trying to help you out. Your dog's in pain. Quit pulling it back up on the blacktop. Jackass. We got a park down here, Terry Hershey Park. I've seen guys out there jogging with little tiny dogs. It's like, what are you doing? That dog can't jog with you. Come out here and jog 2 miles with a dog. It requires the dog to take 18 steps to your 2. So you can't do that, jackwagon. What are you thinking? Just idiots. Idiots. There should be a basic course you should take if you're going to purchase an animal. Whatever. No children, no animals. You know why? Because I have no business having them. Sometimes you just need to know your place. That's all I'm saying. Just know your place. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes that could be the greatest thing you offer the world, is just knowing your place. Okay. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't say that's most animal lovers or animal owners, but I do think you find a lot of that more so in the city than you do the country. You know, and irresponsible young couples like, let's get a dog. Have no clue what they're doing. I mean, I don't have any clue what I'm doing. I'd have to like ask my mother or somebody else that is familiar with the needs of an animal, but you know, some of it's common sense. You know, it's 110 degrees Fahrenheit heat index. You have shoes on. That's blacktop. Probably going to burn your animal's paws. Whew, that was a good smoke. Man, I'm telling you, that Gaslight is special. Special. Anywho, you all be great. Be well. I'm going to get some exercise. I haven't eaten a thing today, which is good. I need to kind of go into a little bit of intermittent fasting would do me well. Y'all have a fabulous Sunday. Don't get the Sunday blues. Try not to. Everything's going to be A-okay. It's all going to work out. God is great. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.